It is indeed so, yes. Uthi yebo amanye ama-swap ngawathatha u-3 no-4.
We have dealt with the swaps 3 and 4. Can you go through and read for the record swaps 5 and 6? Of the statements or affidavits of Warrant Officer Mhlahla.
Mayelana le 5 and 6 statement kapo affidavit ya Warrant Officer Mhlahla.
Swap 5 collected dry swap from the kitchen tile wall.
Kusho ke kanjalo ukuthi i-swap 5 yathathwa khona laphana ebondeni kanti ke kwakuyi-swap eomile ke le yathathwa khona ngasekitchen
for possible human blood.
Lokho ke kwakubheka ukuthi igazi lomuntu likhona khona lapho ukonakala kwegazi lomuntu,
skin epithelial cells and DNA.
kanti ke nokuthi ingxenye zesikhumba nofuzo lapho sesho khona ke i-DNA, sikhuluma nge-DNA.
With collection kit number 14DCAB0834 and the kit sealed in forensic evidence bag number PA 4001841841754.
Kanti ke yayivaliwe ke lesikhwamana lesi sobufakazi sasivaliwe, and then sasine collection kit number ethi 14DCA B084. Kanti ke yona leyo kit ibivaliwe njenge forensic evidence bag yanikezwa leyo number ethi PA 411841754.
And swap 6 collected wet swab from the kitchen tiled wall for possible human blood and DNA, sealed in swabbing evidence collection kit number 14DCAB0834 and the kit sealed in forensic evidence bag number PA 40018411754.
Amasiza kwi-swap 6 yona ke kwakusetshenziswa ke i-swap emanzi emayelana nale ndawo esekitchen kulamathayila asebondeni, kanti ke khona ke kwakubhekwa ukuthi ngabe igazi lomuntu likhona khona lapho kuleyo ndawo, kanti ke nezingxenye zesikhumba ne-DNA, konke lokho ke kwakusetshenziswa i-collection kit number 14DCA B0834. Emva kwalokho ke kwaba ukuthi le ngxenye zobufakazi zifakwa khona laphayana ke kulela saka lobufakazi isaka le forensic elithi PA 401841754.
So the swabs, that is swabs 5 and 6, you took them from the kitchen wall.
Jwale swap 5 and 6 ulinkile liboteng la kitchen. It is so, yes. Yebo lama swap awu 2 5 no 6 ndiwathathe khona laphana ebondeni lasekitchen.
Where exactly in the kitchen?
Kayo hantle ka kitchen.
Kinki ark etselang passage from the kitchen.
At the ark that leads to the passage from the kitchen. Uthi khona laphana kule ark engenela passage uma uqhamuka kitchen.
Are you able to estimate, Warrant Officer, from the floor level, how far was it where you detected blood?
Are we referring to swap 6 and 7?
Swap 6 and 7.
5 and 6. 5 and 6. Or 5 and 6.
Nka estimate plus minus 2 meters. Plus minus 2 meters from the floor.
I can estimate plus minus 2 meters from the floor altogether. I estimate plus minus 2 meters.
291.
Warrant officer, was that dry blood or it was still wet?
Because?
Was it wet blood or it was dry?
Okay. In the Maria Joan, our own main couple ameti.
In any Maria, I say our own.
There was blood that was dry. Maja uchi lelo kazla pobe kazi se lo mi.
Keka hoax evidencing a wet swab.
And that is why I actually used a wet swab. Kunga leo delage engcine sengisebenzisa iswab le manzi.
Was it spots of blood or it was one spot of blood? Can you remember?
Ebe ineli mafafatsane ama limono kapo ineli fela spot silicin samadi.
Yabonahala ho page 91 nearly the drop sinyani samadi.
It is depicted in photo number 91 that it was smaller droplets of blood. Kuyabonakala ke ku leso sithombe ukuthi kwakuyi amachaphaza nje wegazi amancane.
Let us go to exhibit X11 on page 20. Under column 7. Where it is indicated, the first column, disease, and the results, under results. Do you see where I am, Warrant Officer? Do you see where I am, Warrant
Yes,
Officer?
I'm
Yes,
with
thank you.
Yes, I can see that.
Included EF swab 12, mouth of Anakin can, right left-hand swabs, blood swab 3 and 4, floor next to the TV stand, blood 6, kitchen tile, wall. What do you understand by that?
Why you could see someone for the Hawking same swap 12 ukwa mulumung wa Haneken, Kenya Ting, RL hand right, left hand swap, blood swap, what you gonna get? 3 and 4, also farting, how fili standesa TV, swap yamadi, 6, kureke swap yabi 6, kuduma tile kitchen. Obulela ore mo.
La-
That's out.
Le ha ke sena bonnete ke nahana hore ke di results tsa DNA ho tswa ho forensic science laboratory.
Now, even though I may not be certain about this, but I'm thinking that these are the results of the DNA from the forensic science laboratory. Tigena noma ke ngena qiniso kodwa ke ngicabanga ukuthi imiphumela le eqhamuka khona laphayana kwi laboratory of forensic science.
Would I be correct, Warrant Officer, to give the interpretation that swab 3 and 4, which was found on the floor next to the TV stand, match that of the deceased?
Jwale e ka be ke nnete gore swab 3 and 4 e leng ya fumaneha fatshe haufi TV stand. E swab tse leng gore kapo sample ya teng e tshwana le ela ya mofu kapo lero la mofu ha o etsa diteko tsona.
Ke bona jwalo. Ke tshepa jwalo.
I trust so. I think so. Manje ke ngibona kanjalo ukuthi I swab 3 and 4 iyafana ke ne sample ke ekamufi uma kwenza lezo ivivinyo.
Will I also be correct, Warrant Officer, to give the interpretation that according to the results, blood swab 6, which you found or took on the kitchen tile wall, match that of the deceased?
Ebe ke nnete gore ha o etsuwa di swab mane ho swab 6 tsentsweng leboteng le tsona ebile sample e tshwanang le mofu
Ho utlwahala.
ba utlwahala ka ho jwalo.
Ehle a ke na dintlha tse totobetseng maelana le di-results.
Well, I hear you. I do not have supporting evidence or supporting facts pertaining the results, the DNA results. I hear you though. Tiyebo ngiyakuzwa. Ayikangaka ukuthi ngiyavumelana ngoba ke amaqiniso aphelele amayelana ke nemiphumela yama DNA anginawo.
Warrant officer, while you were still at the crime scene, did you get any information about where the deceased was when he was shot?
Ha o no le gona mane tulong ya ketsagalo o ile a fumana tlhahiso leseding ya hore mofu o ne a le kae ka nako eo e leng hore o ile a thunywa ka yona. O ile wa e fumana tlhahiso leseding e jwalo?
Ho ya ka dintlha tse ke di fumaneng ketsahalo e etsahetse kitchening le ha ke latela the exhibit.
Well, based on the information that I had received, the incident transpired in the kitchen. Even when I do my follow-ups or investigations on the exhibits, they led me to that. Mina ke amaqiniso ngiwathole laphayana ngoba ulwazi engilithole khona laphayana isigameko senzeke ngasekitchen nanoma ke sengichecka ingxenye zobufakazi zazingiholela khona lapho ekutheni isigameko senzeke ekitchen.
Is there any information you received, warrant officer, as to where exactly the deceased was in the kitchen when he was shot at?
Ebe hona le tlhahiso leseding e itseng e o ileng wa e fumana hore o ne a le kae hantle ka hare ho kitchen ka mono ha ketsahalo eno e ne e etsahala kgahlano le yena.
Kitchen e nyane haholo.
The kitchen is too small or too confined.
Then o latela ka mo nka reconstructang crime scene ka teng. Ke bona hore deceased na furalletsa monyako a le bo hareng ba kitchen.
Well, based on my reconstruction of the crime scene, my inference would be that the deceased could have had his back against the kitchen door, somewhere towards the center of the kitchen. Ngendlela ke mina ngibona ngakhona ukuthi okanye mase ngizama ke ukuthi ngiphinde ngakhe leso sigameko engqondweni yami kubuka ngathi lona umufi umhlani wakhe ubebhekele nomnyango should ube flathead umnyango wase kitchen kanti ke kwangathi ubemile nje ukuyela emaphakathini we kitchen.
What is the estimation that you could give from where the deceased was standing and the kitchen door?
Jwale ebe papiso ka fanyona ma bapile mo mofu aneng a le teng le monyako wa kitchen. I will have to refer through the photographs here and the witnesses perusing through the file here to get ukuze ngikwazi ukuphendula lapho kuzomele ke ubheke khona la kulezi izithombe kanti ke ulokuyaphenya phenya nefile yakho.
Is photo 15 not going to be of assistance to you?
Ebe
Photo
15 as no two sir.
Yes, 15 can too, sir.
Yes, 15 will help me. Yeah, but this is Tombe.
So let us,
Number 15 is always a word which is in the
so let us revisit my question that I asked you earlier. From where the deceased was standing to the door, what approximate distance will you attach to that?
Jwale ha re khutlelo na mahane mo potso ya ka e ntse ke teng gore o tloa mo mofung a neng rena e le teng go ya monyako ne ka ba distance e kae?
The witness is now being asked questions outside his expertise and is expected to speculate. We submit, my lord, that there is an unfair question to the witness. He is not a ballistic expert.
Yes, Mr. Norman, what's your
My lord, I will withdraw that
Response.
question because Mangena is still coming.
hello?
Mangena is still coming. I'll withdraw that question.
You withdraw it.
Yes.
Okay.
Warrant officer, is there any blood spots that you find behind the door?
ebe hona le marotho di a madi a ileng wa fumana ka morao ho monyako.
Chair.
No. The aware kama chapter wegazi engingawathola emva kwestrapa.
So the only swabs that you took with blood are the ones at 3 and 4, 5 and 6.
Ke tsona di swapo fela tse o di nkileng tse ne di gona mane go 3 and 4 le 5 and 6.
Who's all on?
It is so, yes. Yebo kuyiqiniso amasapo ngiwathathile 3 and 4 kule yandawo 3 and 4 nakule yandawo 5 and 6. Ubona amaswapo engawathatha.
Just one question, Warrant Officer. When you took the swabs on the door handles, do you take swabs on the inner, that is the inside of the door handle and the outside, or you only take the swabs on the outside part of the door handle?
Jwale ha o nka diteko jwalo ka etsa diswapo handling ya mnyako. Ebe o etsa di swapo tseno ka ntle handling e ka ntle ho mo ona mnyako ono kapo o etsa handling e ka hare ho monyako kapo o ilaetsa fela ka ntle fela.
Ke etsa handling e kantle ho purpose.
I actually do the swabs or the swabbing on the handle on the outside part of the door. That is on the outside of that particular room in which that door is. Jwale kahle kahle ke uma ngenza lama swab lawo ngwenza ngaphandle komnyango kuleyo handle. Hayi kule ngxenye handle engaphakathi kwestrap.
Is there any reasons, Warrant Officer, that make you or cause you not to take the swabs on the inside of the door handle, the inner part?
Ebe lebaka le bile teng la hore o ske wa nka di swapo handling e ka hare.
Ke latela a ke etsa diphuputso ke latela metsamayo e ya di suspect ha di le mo ke a botsa hore na di entse jwang tsa thetsa kae ha etsalang and ke dula hodima tse ka ntle ka lebaka leo.
When I do the swabbing, I actually follow the movements of the suspect. My inquiries will be to the effect that up to how far did the suspects go in a particular area. Then my investigations will be based on such movements that the suspects have only gone up to the outside of the door, and that's when I would be doing the swabbing.
There appears to be a misunderstanding of the council's question. Council's actually means if this is the door handle, do you take swabs both on the inside and the outer part of the door handle?
He's referring to two handles.
The two handles, the one on the outside and the one on the inside.
Yes, I understand.
Yes, the question has been answered. Thank you. Let us move on now, Warrant Officer, to another aspect on photo 18 and 19 of Exhibit D.
Area 18 and 19, Exhibit B. I've got the photo.
That door, Warrant Officer, the door of the kitchen, is it a solid door or is it a door with a panel, the one which has a space in between?
Le mati le haul shobale. Ebe ke le mati le leng hore le felletse ha le a hiwa ka dikarolo tse itseng tsa maplanka wa tlisa ke le mati le leng ke ka mantswe ke ntwe tjena e solid. Kapo ho bona le ka reng hona le di panel ho nkile dikarolo tse itseng tsa maplanka tsa aha le mati leo.
Oh, edge ya le mati ke solid wood And bohari ba le mati ho bonahala hore bo na le space in between.
The edge of the door, it's the wood. I should think the style. It's the wood, and the inside. Yeah, that is the middle. It looks like there is an opening or a cavity between the two layers of the door. That is on the bigger panel. It appears there is a cavity inside.
Yesterday you told this court that the bullet was not launched in that the hole. There was no bullet launched in the hole.
Ma ba le bile a tlhalosa taba eno gore go ne go sena bullet ka hare go monyako o.
Ke hlalositse hore ke lemohile hore bullet ha ya feta monyako ka nahana hore ka tsala ha ya tswa ha ina exit kana hore mohlomong e ka thola tsela ya hore e be e felle ka hare ka ba ka tracer movement wa teng.
Yesterday, I explained that upon my investigations, given the fact that I couldn't see the exit hole of the bullet, I then concluded that it is possible that it may have diverted to the inside or fallen within the crevice of the door.
Was there a hole?
Ne hona le leso.
On the outside was
Not on the outside. On the outside there was no hole.
I mean, why there is that damage? Was there a hole?
Mo hona le tshenyo mo. Hone hona le leso.
e ka e ne e le bosibu a ke a ka ka lekudisa hantle.
Since it was in the night, I did not give a closer look or a proper look. Tike njengoba kwasebusuku azange sabhekisisa kahle ukuthi mhlambe kwakhona imbobo lapho yabona la kulo monakalo ubonakala la noma cha.
But on the following morning you went there. Did you check?
Impa letsatsi le latelang hoseng o ile wa ya hona moo hape o ile wa sheba
Ka ke ne se ke na le thuso ya bobedi o ho bile bonolo hore ba nthuse re trace motsamao wa kulo ka morao moo e la ba ha re sa tswela pele.
Now, given the fact that I now had the secondary assistant or assistants, we were then able to trace the movement of the bullet, and thereafter we didn't continue. Tike ngenxa ukuthi ngase se ngithole usizo mhlawumbe lesibili okanye usizo lukhona ukuthi lizongisiza ukuthi siphenye indlela ke mhlawumbe ehambe ngakhona sikwazile ukwenza lokho kodwa ke azange saqhubekela phambili.
The damage warrant officer at that door, who did not assist you in tracing the trajectory, that is the movement of the bullet.
Wabona tsi emnyako bona hayaka ya uthusa gore o latele motsamao kapo trajectory ya kulo eo.
You would agree with me that, warrant officer, there are two damages there at the door. There's the one on the right. It looks like it's a graze. Then it peeled the door, causing those small pieces there at the door.
Otla dumelana le nna hore go bona le kare hore ditsenyo di pedi mo nna bona bona le mo kare fela le matile le la phumula bona le mo go hlalla di khotsunyana mo tsa patsi tsa mna.
Ho bonahala.
It is evident, yes. Ti yebo kuyabonakala ngazuthi lo mnyango ulimele kakhulu khona kona indawo ezothula umnyango ulimele khona khona la ngathi nje uke wathi ukusuleka lo mnyango kade khona nje nezici zenkuni evela khona lapha la kule ndawo yomonakalo.
Will that not suggest the movement of the trajectory of the bullet when it was fired?
Jwale tshenyo eno e ne ke be ya o fa setshwantsho sa tsela e o leng gore pulo ile a tsamaya ka teng.
Investigation ya bosibu ha e tshwane le investigation ya motshehare. Ke ka ho leng bohlokwa hore ha ke processitse crime scene ke boye ke khutlele hape ka nako ya motshehare hore ke o fiela mo ke sa fiela.
The investigation that is conducted in the night is not the same as the investigation that is conducted in the day. That is why it is important that after I have done the preliminary investigation that I should do a secondary investigation the following day so that I can then be able to cover areas that I couldn't have covered previously. Manje ke uma uphenyo lwenza ubusuku akufana noma uphenyo lwenza emini. Kungalokho ke ngikwazi ukuthi ngenze uphenyo mhlambe ebusuku kanti nakusasa emini ngihambe futhi ngiyokwenza lolo phenyo wenza isiqiniseko ke sokuthi ngiyakwazi ukuphenya naku kwezinye indawo la ngingakwazanga ukuthi ngifike khona.
Warrant Officer, 2 police officers arrived in the evening of the 26th of October 2014. They did, according to Matebola, that is Sergeant Matebola, he did a diligent search in the kitchen. There was no bullet that was found. He did not only look with his naked eyes, he also moved the items in the kitchen.
Oh yeah,
I don't think there is my understanding, and I think the word diligent is perhaps
there's no evidence like that. I listened to the evidence.
He said he just merely looked with
I
his naked
can
eyes.
even quote you what that gentleman said.
My understanding, my daughter, was that he searched, he did.
Am I quoting him correctly? You take a begenji. That's Zulu. Don't you remember that expression? And then I did this. Then I suggested to you, why don't you ask him about his qualifications as a forensic expert or a forensic gatherer of evidence?
My understanding, my daughter, of his evidence was that he did a diligent search. He
You want us to
searched
play it
everywhere.
back? We can play it back.
You can play it back.
Mr. Mnisi and Rapasel, you don't remember the evidence of Tim Kul when he said he just used the naked eye.
My lord, I remember there was even you referred to decolonization
Yes,
of
that's it.
of
And I said,
yes.
we as Africans in South Africa, we argue that we want to decolonize
Western knowledge.
Western knowledge without having the instruments to do that. In other words, we don't use a magnifying glass, for instance. We don't use telescopic apparatus. That was referring to the evidence which he gave when he says,
I think even the prosecution tried to examine him, and he said he searched. Even the court asked him about the ceiling.
Yes.
Yes.
If you look at the ceiling,
Yes.
any hole in the ceiling, he said, no, just came. In other words, my mother is Zulu, so I can tell you, uthe uqalazile ngamagama but ngiqalaza nje.
Maybe the record will assist if the court can take a short agenda.
No,
Because
who gets, you guys get a daily, yeah,
it hasn't,
yeah, read it.
it hasn't arrived at that stage.
Yeah,
The transcription that you have received is not part
not there.
of his evidence, yes.
just check there. Yeah?
Ms. Silape says it's not part of the transcription.
Okay,
that we
what
have.
day was it? You can play it back for us, Mr. Stenographer.
Timothy Matebola, it was on the, sometime on Wednesday. Wednesday was the 16th. Evidence in chief. Evidence in chief as well as on the re-examination by the state.
You gentlemen, you don't keep notes. Mr. Rappelis, you don't keep notes.
I do keep notes.
You don't keep notes.
I do, madam, but I do not only rely on my notes, I also rely on my memory.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
don't you have it in your notes?
I do, madam, I do.
So why don't you tell us what you wrote?
He said researched thoroughly. Yes. Researched thoroughly.
Using what?
Utespeli.
Yes, ukunjalo. Never use the word thoroughly, diligently. Never.
But his emphasis, my lord, of the manner in which they searched,
But-
it could be a question of terminological, it could be a question of terminology. But I understood him to mean that they searched thoroughly.
Is that so?
Yes. Although it is
And
not-
then that's why he says he came back for the second time. You remember that evidence? They went first, he searched first, then they left. Then he came back and did the same thing for the second time.
That's correct.
Yes. Say, do you find the replay? Mr. Baloi, why are you quiet?
You try and find out if you'll be able to find other treatises from that because the treatise and
Yes.
you also say that you searched on the kitchen cupboard on the sink, but still you couldn't locate the cartridges.
Yes, you searched.
Now, let's look at the
Yes, there's your evidence, Mr. Mnisi. I searched, not I diligently searched.
also conducted specifically. But my lord, the court will also remember that.
No, no, listen. Yeah, I did search, he says that. He used the naked eye. You have it, just read it to us.
My recollection is that he said, "Besibheka nje."
Yeah, bro. I have actually acted on the bench here and said, put it at the bag. I did this. You remember that gesture? Why would I use it if a gentleman said I thoroughly searched or diligently searched? Are you getting it, sir?
Is there any progress? Is there any progress? Later.
Maybe we need to add check, my lord. I don't know whether the exercise are going to be.
No, he's going to find it. Because the three of you don't remember. You don't remember. The gentleman wasn't in court that day. Mr. Baloi, you say you do remember. Yeah, so the score is 3-2.
My lord, can we take a shot at
It's fine.
We'll come back when we
Yeah.
locate it.
Right?